hiya. I just wanted to update you. Like, this is war, right? Psychological warfare that I'm experiencing. So since this morning, when I gave you that update, you're not going to believe what's just happened. So my mum was like, Hannah, there's a police car in the drive, right? So go to the door, the policeman's there. There's a report being made from your ex saying that he's really afraid of you and that he's really threatened by you and that you're being really threatening. And it's referring to an old, he was like, oh, it's an old report that he's phoned up the Met Police to report me for being threatening to him and that he's really afraid of me. And it's with regards to an old Facebook post. I haven't posted on Facebook for months. Yeah. So this is like an old Facebook post. And it was the first one that I did where I obviously said, I basically outed him and his for who he is. And his response is to phone up and report me to the police for threatening him and that he's afraid of me. That he's afraid of me. This is somebody who goes around telling everyone that he's murdered people. Right? And then, so this has just literally just happened. I was like, sorry, what? Are you for real? And he said, oh, yes, sorry. He goes, it's actually way back when. And he's like, oh, but the system is delayed. And, you know, obviously departments don't. And it's from the Met Police and it's taken time to get in. I was like, please, because somebody's already been out once about this. And I've already had to explain myself already. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's just not updated on the system, or somebody hasn't put the notes in or whatever. And I was like, look, it doesn't matter. I said, I'll tell you again, and I'll keep telling anybody that comes. I was like, I'm doing daily evidence. I'm providing daily video evidence on this. I'm providing daily. I'm trying to. The whole point of me you know, what I said to him was the whole point of me doing this in the first place was to try and empower other women to speak up against their abusers, to give, you know, to encourage, to not be afraid, to do all these things, particularly at the moment when it's worse than ever, pandemic, and everyone's stuck at home with their abusers. And I was like, you know, it's increased by this much. And I know all the stats because I've done all the research. And I was like, so, you know, I'm just trying to, I had to go, you know, I went through that and I'm trying to turn it into a positive. And I was just like, now he's lost it. He's clutching at straws and he's going at any which way to try and attack me. Or to try and what's the word? I can't think of the right word. Whatever, I can't remember. You know what I mean? When it's like, that's annoying. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. You know, discredit. That's it. Discredit, defame, whatever. I was like, why have you come to? I was like, have you not even checked your own systems? I was like, just run his name through your system. Run his name through your system. I was like, firstly, this has been reported months ago and you're only coming now. Secondly, somebody's already been and they've not updated the police systems. Thirdly, you could have just run his name through your system and seen his criminal record. which in itself would prove that the him phoning up and saying I'm afraid is just an absolute farce. Oh, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Whenever I get to a point where I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm in my zone. The devil knows. The devil knows. And he comes back at me. Yeah, he's testing me. He is. But it's all right. I'm stronger these days. Decaf. I'm a decaf warrior now. Yeah. Wow. Absolute wow. So yeah. And you wonder why. And you wonder why people don't come forward. The system is broken. All the systems. Because it's hard to report it. When it's reported, it's not noted down properly. Then even if it is noted down properly, then you get questioned again and again, and you have to repeat the same stuff again and again. And then for women, it's like reliving it again and again. And it's almost like the men get believed over the women. And there's that air of, oh, well, you know, you're crazy. You're irritable. You're irrational. It gets put down to some kind of emotional thing, which makes us feel like it's not like there's always some excuse that it's our fault somehow, some way, that we've asked for it, that we've done something to deserve it, that something we have done has instigated it, or we've done something that's made them be that way. And it just is not that way. It's just not that way. It just isn't. And then even when you report it, even when you've gone through all these hassles, even when you have to relive it over and over and over again, having to rehash it to every Tom, fucking Dick and Harry, every time you have to talk to somebody else, you have to repeat the story again and again and again. Even after you have to relive it every time, you then eventually get to court and it doesn't get heard. It takes years. It doesn't go through. The man gets believed. Even if they get convicted, they don't get a long enough sentence. It's just an insult. The whole thing from start to finish. Social services, they treat you, they have the same attitude. It's like they believe the men before the women. Just the whole thing of it. And I obviously I don't know, and I don't know what it's like on the flip reverse. I'm sure there are situations where it's because I know that obviously you can have it happens in other situations. It's not just men and women, is it? But like, I mean, a man against a woman. I know that, but it is the vast majority. And then I'm still dealing with it now. I'm still having to deal with this shit now. Still having to deal with this shit now. just feels like it will never end. If it wasn't for my kids, I wish I could go back and tell myself, not to have gone, not to have worked there that night or gone to this after party that they said to go to. I just wish. But I can't. So just have to live with it. I'll do whatever I can. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. It just won't stop. It will not stop. So if you're in, just please, if you're in any kind of situation, just get out of it as soon as you can. If it's really bad, get out of it as soon as you can. Just leave and let them go. It'll be hard, but it will be better. I know I'm crying now, but it's only because I'm having to still deal with it years later. It's like, it's because I've got kids with him. And he doesn't want me to take them off him, which I will be able to do legally because he's just providing me with constant evidence. And he doesn't understand what I'm doing. He doesn't have a clue what, even me telling him what I'm doing, he doesn't believe me. He doesn't get it. He doesn't want me to be successful. He doesn't want me to have anything. He doesn't want me to be in control of my life. He doesn't want me to have anything. He wants me to be back in hell with him. And he knows that I'll be able to take them. And so he's just trying to destroy me. He's trying to destroy me in any way he can. And this is why nothing will stop me from my course. This is why I'll give up anything. Because I will not because they gravitate to try and any slightest thing that you do, trust me, they'll get it and try and use it against you, particularly if, like I have, outed him because I've got evidence on him. Because I don't like it, obviously. And mine's slightly different because it's his whole family. But then he's just, it didn't even have to go here. He made it go here. So I'm like a one-woman machine taking on like 1,000 people. Well, obviously more than that because everyone's involved now. Just taking on everyone like, don't mess with me. But yeah, like he's obviously naturally I'm sure they don't want me to bring them down. I just want my kids back, so I'll do whatever I need to do to get my children back to me. Because he has no right to have them. That was never the case. That was never the discussion. I was dropping them to him because he hadn't spent any time with them for the 2 years since we'd broken up, and he'd never in the 4 years given any money towards them or me or any child maintenance at all or anything. So I thought, well, while I'm focusing on my business, he can have them for a few months while I try and get this all set up and running. And build something ultimately for them, and he didn't like it, and this is what I'm getting as a result of that. So I know exactly, I'm still living it. I know exactly what you're going through, wherever you are, whoever you are. It never ends unless you make it end. You've got to be strong to do that. And I know I talk about a lot about the being healthy, and I'm no saint. I give up sometimes as well. I have shit days, but ultimately, the healthier you are, the more the less you do all these things that ultimately make you sort of vulnerable. Because when you're vulnerable, and it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, when you're vulnerable, which all of these addictions make you, it makes it very easy. And it makes it very easy to be manipulated. It makes it very easy to be controlled. It makes it very easy to believe lies. It makes it very, very easy for other people to use and abuse you in any way, because you're vulnerable, and because of those things. But the more that you get rid of, I mean, there might be other people that can do it well when they're still doing all those things, and amen to you. I can't. I need to be disciplined to be able to do it, to be able to be on point, to be able to research all these things, to be able to pick up all of the lies and research all of the things and make sure that I've got all my dots on my I's and crossed all my T's, so that no one nowhere can come to me and it can say nothing to me. Yeah, sorry. So I just wanted to update you, just because I thought it was funny from this morning's video, in a way. And just yeah. I need to get some money. I've got my Printify. I've just been doing some designs for Printify stuff, so I'm going to try and do that. And I'm going to do some art, NFT art, I've decided. Just so I can get enough to take him to court. But I want to make sure I've got the bestest letter, because he won't be able to afford to go. Unless, of course, he commits a crime to get the money. That would be the icing on the cake. But yeah, that's what I need to do. So yeah, every day is a battle, my friends, my family. Every single day. But we strive on. I love you. I probably won't do another video now. I've done 3 today already. Rant. But yeah. Love you guys. Thinking of you.